No, but now that we've finished the campaign.
Yeah, we are live now. Did you just finish the campaign though? That was your Friday one?
Sunday.
Sunday one.
That was our main Mutant Epoch campaign.
Yeah, I've just moved my TME game to Sundays.
Yeah, I saw.
I think gonna have 5 people now, I think.
Oh wow, very nice.
Back from, it was 6, maybe 7, down to 2. And then one person came back that I thought had bailed, and then he's bringing another person, and somewhere there's another person in there too. I can't remember where the hell I'm getting another person, but I think it's 5.
I mean, 5's so for me, running 4 people is usually like my ideal number. 5, 6 is when I start to come unglued, and it's like, but it works for Epoch. Like Epoch, almost like you need 5,
right?
Just because of the way this.
Get him!
Fucking Canadian!
Gross.
Fucking beans.
Oh.
So that's our sidebar. We got Mutant Epoch episode number 31. Wow, I was just looking at it. Why am I not good at this? Yes, High Desert episode 31. And assuming we can keep internet everywhere, we've got storms in the Midwest, we have heat in the East. We're not going to have Pat with us today, so no Doc. R may or may not come around. I know his work schedule's all over the place.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll kick off. Last week we met Colossus and the Colossi, the beetle people, and we kind of learned a bit about their biochemistry, where they're pretty much somewhere between eclipsing the old ones and maybe coming into parity with them. So because a lot of their technology is kind of just advanced organically throughout the centuries, maybe based off of like the way they were originally created. But they do have kind of like a weird, very alien ethics. They're not bad, like they're gonna be good neighbors, but it might be difficult for humans to wrap their minds completely around the way that the beetles want to do things. And one of those things is like, why wouldn't you be grossly expansionistic with this technology? And for the beetles, with the whole life cycle that they've adapted their mythologies from human mythologies into, it doesn't really align with their ethos, expansionism. They're like, no, because that's counter to the natural cycle of things. You would put them out of alignment. They're a sapient creature that is aware of their impact on their environment. The high desert really can't support a lot of life. So let me pull myself up to the top. Does that sound like a pretty good synopsis of the Colossi?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you helped write them.
I did. And if I thought you fucked it up, I'd speak up.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, so
oh my god, there's also rabbit tokens. I didn't see the rabbit tokens.
Yes, Beans, the rabbits that he made up, which I had forgotten about.
And he made them like individualized too. Way to go, Beans.
God damn it, we just copied the same one.
Yeah.
I knew all of my scribbling would come in handy soon.
Let's see, I'm gonna give mine color too, so I can at least put dots on them to give them a little bit of color to distinguish.
Well, so we have the 10 that we hired. What's up?
What did I went to the map that was bookmarked, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing.
Oh, don't worry about those creatures in the corner. They're fine. Don't worry about them. They're just hanging out.
Is this a party wipe, dude?
No,
Yes.
no. I mean, that's why you have so many extra characters.
I'll run over that.
Fine. It'll be fine. I mean,
Okay, what did I miss?
nothing yet.
Oh,
We're gonna get there though.
He's got a battle group ready for us. That's what it is.
Yeah, so that battle group, for anyone, normally I've been creating all the monsters organically. I've just been writing up my own stat lines and putting them up, but this one is actually offering to be from Mutant Bestiary 1, because it lines up pretty good with the freaks that I wanted for the Foglings. And there's a lot of good freaks in Mutant Bestiary 1.
That is true.
Yeah, it's just really, really
Excellent
good ones.
resource.
Let me Gotta share this link to the appropriate locations.
I remember several oh my god moments reading through the bestiary. It's like, that's bad. And then I turn to the next page. Oh, that's worse. And then
Yeah,
I
that
turn to the next page.
one's.
Oh my god.
There is a lot of that in there. I agree with you. I definitely had a few moments where I was looking at something and saying to myself, "No, like we can't. No." Scanners is probably one of my favorite additions to the Crossroads region from that book,
Sure.
because they have a full culture of just taking people's skin and then wearing that, and like that's their whole like coming of age ceremony is taking your first skin. And
Did you see that suggestion in the Discord about making like splat books for different races, like a 50-page book on, like, say, Skinners or Skullox or
I did,
Warmorts?
and I liked it. I liked it a
I like the
lot.
idea too.
It's just because then you can have all the variations, and it wouldn't even have to be that long of a book. It can go to like 7 or 8 pages just to show like these are different variations. Here are different ranks. This is how you can rank them up. So it gives people like a way to like, especially for humanoid monsters that they're dealing with. Like this is how you can like rank them up, and it'd be cool for like different gangs and stuff like that. So you can give people good adventure fodder. I like that. What else? Okay, so let's get stuck in. Quicks.
Cheap.
Shit. Colossi are rather amused with you. They seem to have some kind of idea that you are cute. The Colossi are the beetle people. And they kind of keep coming up to you and asking you, like, to stand up and wiggle your ears. And then they make this weird guffawing noise that comes kind of like deep from their thorax, like, they just kind of walk away. Now, you're not entirely certain what this is about. Like the first time, maybe it was just like one of them saw like, "Oh, she wiggled her ears," and they laughed. But now one's just like blatantly come up to you. He's got a green and blue sparkly shell, male or female. You really can't tell with the colossi. And it's got one of those war lances with it, the bright lance, and it's which we got to change that name. Les came up with some good alternatives for it. He comes up and he crouches down to your eye level, and he just goes like, "Wiggle your ears."
That's nice,
Yeah, it just goes. It just kind of gets up and like points to a couple other colossi, and it chitters and screeches something, and they come wandering over, and it turns and looks at you. Wiggle them again.
Is this a fetish thing?
It's the one looks at you like, not a decoration. For them, a fetish would be like a decorative ornament.
Ah.
Something you take or cherish, and they're like, no, wiggle ears.
She wiggles them again.
They all just start they're just chuckling as they see this. And like one of them is getting a little too. You know that one person in like a group who just laughs so loud that everyone starts laughing with them. So now some of the other beetles are laughing at the one that's laughing, and that one is like wheezing because it can't seem to breathe very well, and it's falling on the ground trying to collect itself. It's like its limb.
Yeah, the lab's like overstayed its welcome, so
Yeah.
like they all start getting quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's just staring at this one that's still trying to recover its breath. You're like you're watching its eyes like pull into its body as its like its exoskeleton's trying to draw in more air. Just seems it can't. Like one of them points like ah! And the tail flick, and they all start chuckling again.
Chi-Chi, can I help you? Chi.
You are pink. And they just walk away. Well, so there you are by the crazy train. They just like they love the laugh at you wiggling your ears. They saw your tail and it made one of them very amused, and they just like they're pink, walk away.
Her head twitches over to Crazen. Gee, you notice?
Crazen, who currently has the hood open on Crazy Train, making more modifications to this fucking thing.
The exhaust manifold, like timing belt needs to be tightened up. Need an S tool.
And he just kind of grumbles, "No."
Gee, I think they were making fun of me. Gee.
So stab one. They stop making fun real quick.
She actually, one of her ears actually flicks at that, and she's like, I don't think that's smart.
You want Crazen stab them? Why you tell Crazen this? He's fully stopped working now and looked back at her.
Her little pink claws just kind of shrug.
Crazen looks to see if the group has continued to move on.
Yeah, they're the group of beetles have gone to go talk to like other ones. They're moving about. They haven't turned. So a couple of them point to where Twix is, and a few other ones like you see their little. Some have eye stalks, some have eyes closer to the center of their body. They turn to look at her, and you can see the little up and down motion they make with their body when they're laughing. It's just a very like it's a very very visual thing. Like the whole thorax lifts up and down when they're definitely chuckling. They can't hide it.
Very insectoid.
Yeah.
Crazen dismounts the Crazy Train, closing the hood behind him, and while wiping grime off his paw and claw, he starts approaching a group that is doing this laugh.
Oh. Now, does Crazen have any pink on him? Or is he
His tail?
His tail?
Yeah, he has that classic fat pink rat tail.
That pink rat tail. Nice.
He flicks the rag over his shoulder, and with the claw, he points up. You, why laugh?
It points one of its forelimbs at Twix. Pink. Like that should explain it.
Crazy looks back at Twix, then looks back up the wheel. Why is pink funny?
It's like a couple of them look at each other like this should be very obvious. It's like they're explaining like why is the sky blue? And they just kind of like pink is funny.
This is such a stupid intermission.
You make fun of Little Mouse?
And again, they're like confused as they look. Make fun of. Pink is funny. That one's funny.
Twix is also a little taken aback because normally rats don't stick up for mice.
You're part of the pack now, though.
He makes a point to have his tail flop to the side.
They all just they all start laughing as he flops to the side, pointing at it. Like, what is this?
You laugh at Crazen?
Oh no.
No, pink.
Crazen's like, he's fluffing up, like getting that angry, like look in his eye. He doesn't. There is a very clear cultural difference here.
Yeah.
Twix actually like scampers over on all fours.
Like
It's
they look at like Twix, and none of them are laughing when they just look, but they're like, "Yep, that's the pink one." You can see them clittering and chittering to each other, and they're pointing at Twix.
She can call her out too. She's white, so
Yeah.
like you can probably see her, like in real life too. Like they have like the visible pinkish hue.
Okay, so that's the other thing too. With the whiteness, you notice that some beetles have white paint on them. Not all of them. A lot of the beetles have different paint colors on their body. And they seem to have some kind of distinction in their society. The color means a certain thing. So when you were coming into the gates from the outside, a lot of the soldiers had red. And you were able to identify bioengineers, which would be like a medic for you, as blue or white. Sometimes a combination of the two, sometimes with other kind of symbols and characters painted on them, but typically blue or white.
Oh.
So there is some kind of rule about color.
Gee.
You're also aware that most insect beastmen generally have intelligences lower than 16.
Oh no! Oh no!
They're not usually very smart. In a human way.
I'm just sorry, but I'm watching my connection go from 12 ms to like 300 plus every 30 seconds. So I'm getting some bad connection issues here.
Oh, that's just my
Oh.
fucking connection daily.
Fucking Wednesday, man.
It is. Oh, hi, Beans.
Oh,
Jesus, you didn't even notice I'm here?
I did. We called him out. I did the vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I think.
Yeah, right. Okay, so colors mean something. Have we seen any pink since being here?
Make a perception type D to see if you can see around you any pink ones. Because there's a lot of them moving in and around. It's gonna be difficult to spot because there's only gonna be like one if there is one.
Can Twix do it too?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes. Yeah. Wait, what's the check?
Type D, perception.
D.
Which I think Twix is gonna get because she has a high perception.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
Wait, I want to reroll.
But you I want to use. No, I got reroll, right?
Girl,
Wait. Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't get it all.
are you 131 perception?
No, I have 107, but
Yeah,
sad.
then no.
Close.
That was just mean.
And no, that Crazen didn't get it either.
No, crazy don't see shit.
No pink ones that you can see around there. Now Rhea,
Yes.
you have had some interactions with more beast folk, like up and down the high desert, and then a lot of other people. Could we say that she might actually know what this is about? You think that would be within her history?
I don't know if she's really ever been much like in Colossus, maybe around a Colossus, but yeah, we could probably, if you'd like.
I was just
That
trying
would
to,
be cool.
gauge like how
You're
worldly
a
she
guide.
is.
Sorry, say again.
How
You're
worldly
a
she is.
guide. Remember when we
Yeah.
started this? You were a guide.
Yeah.
That was your role.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was mostly between like Greywater down to Copperdesk and then like into the
Edwards.
Crossroads regions.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it had to be limited to that.
Yeah. If
But
you
Ray
want to
doesn't like
expand a
go
bit more.
east of the mountains.
Yeah, things get dangerous.
Okay.
So then we can say that
I-
Rhea is aware of the colors having importance to the beetle society, and that the colors usually represent some kind of ideal or concept.
Right.
And they're also used to communicate something.
I mean, anybody with a high enough perception would be able to discern that.
Yeah.
Gee, are you calling me unobservant?
No, but did you even know I was here?
Gee, you were very quiet.
Rhea has pink ears,
Rhea is of the darker variety.
so like a red or a black.
Yeah, like a black.
Yeah, they don't have anything weird to say about Rhea. Then they're like, eh.
Not even that she's green.
Oh, that's right, she is green. Forgot.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And I guess like if colors that because Crazen's tabard is a gross mishmash of purple and yellow.
Mm.
Purple's kind of big. How many degrees of color can the beetle see?
More than humans can. Much wider on the visual spectrum.
So there's no way they mistake purple for pink.
Yeah. But they would see things that you guys wouldn't see. So for like certain things that UV interacts with, they'll see those things like phosphates, urea, ammonia. So if you pee somewhere, they're gonna know. No pool pee-pees. Beetle lifeguard will catch it.
I don't think my characters would indulge, so no
It
problem.
looks around anxiously.
Peeing everywhere. Like, oh no.
How would they know?
How could they know? They don't judge. They don't mind. And I think the highest intelligence on one of these guys I rolled was a 15. The 10 that I had,
God,
so it's
Rand's
just
smarter than them.
yeah. The random average I think is a 9 is the average intelligence.
I feel bad that Krazen is technically smarter than Rhea.
Don't feel bad.
Intelligence is your
Right.
ability to like manipulate your terrain.
I think I had 118, one natural 18 beetle. Yeah, my first one, Ramez. Yep.
We gotta get Red to make that herbal thing that increases your intelligence for Rhea. Get her ADHD medication.
Mm-hmm. Hour to focus.
Yeah, 116 over here too. It's Maluad.
So Rhea would notice Krazen is about to make a scene.
Right.
She's so
I've got-
fairly
I've got
observant.
one beetle that has a 6 intelligence.
Let's see if Rhea knows this. Oh fuck. Pink beetles are as rare as purple orcs.
It's a type D though, so I'm pretty certain you got it.
I'm sure she probably made that, yeah. But she comes over, you know, to the scene that's happening and she says, "What's with the gaggle of giggles?"
One of the beetles.
They insult.
Hank. They're insulting you?
Yes.
Are you gonna stab them? Here. She pulls out her knife from her sheath and drops it in Twix's hands.
The beetles have shown no hostility either. Like they're not even looking at the passing of weapons or taking out of them as a hostile action.
So Rhea thankfully gave it to Twix because now Krazen has not taken that as like Stickum Boy quite yet.
To be fair, like this thing is like a short sword to Rhea, so I don't know how big it is to Twix.
It's a fucking claymore.
Just bring it-
Out.
You're like,
This is big.
Yeah, you need a big knife to take on a big beetle.
Krazen
I
eat.
believe in you.
This is Lord Sworn Sword, where I come from. Gee. She holds up the claymore in 2 hands.
Yeah, we should see the king's sword. Brazen, you have my permission to eat.
Oh!
Mhm. So while Krazen is a psychopath, yes, we've all come to acknowledge that about his character. He is not a murder hobo. So he doesn't try to kill them. But he's definitely going to punch one in the thorax as hard as he can.
Oh yeah. So let's
Roll
do
for breaking
a.
hand. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
What's Krazen's strength? Is he throwing his full body weight behind it?
His strength's 36, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it's above average. So he'll definitely like it'll make contact. It's gonna cause the beetle to shudder and move backward, and the other beetles are all gonna turn and twist and then point and laugh at the one that fell over, and that one's gonna laugh as well. Subconsciously, does your tail move when you're in combat? Does it help to balance you?
I think. Well, yeah, I think it just kind of like. Okay, now you make me look how like rats actually fight. I think they straighten out, yeah, while they're fighting the balance.
Yeah, they stand up on their hind legs and they
like,
box basically.
Yeah, pretty much what he did there.
They're all pointing at your tail that went out like straight, and they're laughing, and the other one that's on the ground is like rolling, trying to get back up, and a couple are trying to pull them up, and they're just chuckling.
It's like when you fucking put a beetle on its back and it's like, oh no!
Yeah, I can't. Oh shit! Oh god, no! It's doing the roll back and forth, trying to get up. Yeah, and the other one's like helping get back up to the top. They're all just having a good laugh about it. I mean, you definitely dusted
see-
that carapace, and you can see some like it did something, but it didn't. Again, it just doesn't seem like it was a hostile. It doesn't see it as hostile. You haven't done anything to like threaten it in any way, like its life, and they're just kind of giggling about your tail.
Seeing this does not abate or satisfy Krazen as he jumps on the one trying to be lifted back up. It will start walloping on his face.
He just jumps it down. It's like get off, get off. And one of them is like, no, the plant tail is attacking.
Keep laughing! Keep laughing!
Like a bunch of them are trying to pull you off of them. They just have their little tiny claws and try to grab into your skin and like just pull you away. None of them are
flailing.
stabbing. Yeah, just
Like that gif with the little dog, they're it's like shaking like a mad creature. This is exactly what Krazen's doing.
so it's like now they're all calling you Snapper. Oh, Snapper, bad Snapper, no.
Snapper, yes! And he jumps at the one that, like, the closest one that's trying to pick him up.
He just turns on them. They're like, again, you have more beetles coming over watching it. Some are laughing as they're pointing at, again, the pink. And other ones are like kind of coming over to kind of like just separate this brawl that's starting to disturb. And they're all of like blues, browns, whites, some greens. And then one pink one comes over.
Snapper's fingers points. Ooh, there's a pink one.
But it's not a beetle.
What?
It's a plantoid.
Oh god.
I wonder they were laughing.
The plantoid's like it's coming over. It's a tree plantoid. It's lost a lot of its leaves. It looks like it's very sluggish. It's moving over like, God, no. No, I told you dummies, don't laugh at people with pink things. As it's like trying to push other beetles away as they're like looking at the plantoid and going, but pink! No, I know, I know. Oh God, come on. Oh God, why?
Oh, is it a cherry blossom?
Yeah, it's just a dormant. Again, the tree's at the end of it's in its dormant cycle right now. Like you can tell, it's just super tired, moving really. Sap's running slow. It's like, oh God.
So is this thing really big, and does it pick Krazen up?
It's about 11 meters that it can get to in height. It's just moving
Holy
through
fuck.
all of these plantoids, or all these freaking beetles, and just pushing them aside.
It's 11 meters tall?
Yeah, it's like an ant.
Holy,
Holy
shit.
shit.
We're talking about its crown, the crown, not the face and stuff like that. The face is
Dead,
low.
dead. Like, holy
Still.
shit.
Yeah. Like the face is like, yeah.
Krazen notices a fucking shadow cast over him.
Like, where did it
Shadow
fucking
Lord.
come from?
Yeah, seriously, that's what
I don't
he stops fighting everyone else for a second. It just
It turns down.
hyper-realistic rat.
Yeah.
yeah.
My roots, they hurt. As it settles itself and it's pushed a few beetles. It's got them like in like its bows as it's pushing them back. No, stop. Oh, stop. Just stop chewing on me.
Twix literally climbs up this thing.
Yeah.
There she
It's just
goes.
kind of like, you just, like, it's like starting to, it tries to turn because it can't really move its eyes. And it's like, what? Oh, little,
They're sniffing you.
yeah, is there a monkey on me?
Ha
Mouse.
Mouse. It just shakes itself. No burrowing. Okay, what happened here? And then all of them are like just pointing at the rat. Pink. Snapper. Okay. Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Flies out of its branches.
As it's like looks at him like rabbit folk. Rat folk and a mouse folk. Where are you up from the underworlds from? Long way from any holes.
Her head bobs. Gee, I'm square.
Squire?
Wait, was Krazen being punched back at all?
No, they were just trying to grab him. They're just shielding their body. None of the ones that you were around that you were like tussling with, or he was tussling with, were warrior types.
Okay. Yeah, so he kind of like, he shakes his normal fist out. Just looking at the bruising already starting to happen from punching a bunch of carapace.
Yeah. The hardened shells.
Then looks up at the tree. Is crazy full name is Crazen Fuego Snapper. They insult my tail.
No, they don't insult your tail. They think it's funny.
What is funny about pink?
Pink is reserved for plantoids. Blossoms, new life, regeneration, females. It just kind of, it does like a weird thing with its tree limbs and like a human version of a shrug. They think your tail looks like a plant.
Oh,
Ray makes a circle with one pair of her fingers and sticks one, and with pointed fingers starts poking through the hole.
And then the tree sits there, and like it's the crown shakes as it guffaws. Yes, pollination. I think we lost him for a second. His room was about to say something.
No, go on.
No, I just said he just said pollination. Ray made the indication, you know, like we eat. Like the Beatles thought it was. It's basically it's a dick and butt joke.
oh
Grayson, you're packing. Oh God.
What?
Look at that tail.
What's wrong with tail?
They think it looks like a flower.
Oh, Chichi, I look like a flower.
The
course
tree
she
like
falls
shifts and turns. They're trying to look at you. You're in the branches somewhere.
yeah, she's like staring.
Not like flowers are used in plantoid reproduction.
She blinks.
You look like the sex organs of a plantoid.
Oh, Chi-Chi, that's not nice at all, Chi-Chi.
They think it's funny.
she climbs down. and goes to Grayson. You don't look like that either.
We not friends. And Grayson goes stomping off back to his crazy train.
She actually slumps at that. Her tail kind of like droops. Her ear droops. She looks very sad.
Aww.
It made her sad. And then Kit, who's here by the way, watching this on the crazy train. Oh, why you don't want to be friends with that little mousey?
Grayson looks up at Kit.
Yeah, I'm here. I've been here this whole time. I miss Roos. Okay.
She, mouse, mice thieves.
She's not a thief. She's with us.
Grayson has to fix stuff.
Aren't you a murderer or something? What's your whole thing?
Boy, Grayson not murder. Grayson a sellsword. Refined.
Oh. It's like you kill people for coin. What's that called again? Oh, like a hitman?
Mercenary. No, Grayson's like saying this like how the Beatles said, like, you know, matter of factly how Pink would be funny. He's saying how like, duh, I'm a mercenary, very matter of factly, like you don't get like the distinction.
You still kill. You still murder people. You just get some money out of it. You know, it's like if you went into, you went into somebody's house and you killed them, and then you took the money.
No. Crazy no, just go in houses and kill people. That assassin. Yes, assassins, cowards. Yes, you're right. Now, yes, some rats are assassins, but Crazen thinks they're cowards anyway. Good rats like Krazen fight head on. Notice how Krazen attack battery packs. Very good fighting.
But battery packs can't fight back, sweetheart.
Battery packs of robot, like me attacking heart of human or brain. I'm not. Krazen's not quite sure on the difference.
Just like he just found out his tail is basically the stamen of a flower. I don't know, you can never look at it again. Especially when a beetle tries to touch it.
Wouldn't hit their battery more like hitting their spleen.
Kit goes to pull Krazen's tail.
Krazen.
She doesn't have like, like how a kid would try to like tug it. She just does like a gentle grab and like just lets it kind of run through her fingers.
He will immediately grab her wrist with his claw. Let go, or Krazen takes whole hand.
I wasn't gonna do anything with it. This looks pink. It's pink.
So Cinder is finally wandering over.
Don't put it in your mouth.
Cinder looks down at Krazen and says, "Are you causing a ruckus?"
No, yes, no, don't care. Krazen fixing cage train.
Do not make me kick you.
Make Krazen take your leg.
Oh, really?
Oh shit.
I look over at Rhea. Your underling is making threatening comments to me. I may have to kill it.
You just threatened to kick my rat. What are you talking about, Cinder?
Yeah. Okay. I'll kill you too. Let's go. Duel. We put it off long enough. You keep saying you're going to kick my ass, and yep, let's show it.
If I recall correctly, you
Can
were
I go get
threatening
some
me first.
popcorn or like
Yeah,
can
so
I
wait,
get
wait,
some
hold on.
crossfade?
Yeah, Rhea's like, oh, here, I have
Okay,
my
so-
popcorn. Here you go.
Crossfade.
Is the tree here? Did you guys look?
Mine's
mean, it's
feathers. Yeah,
huge.
before
The
going
tree
over
is
Rhea.
probably like at most maybe like 30 feet away. I don't know.
Yeah,
Krazen-
right. It's so tall, I can just see this. Yeah.
Krazen didn't go that far away to encounter the beetles.
Oh, I can't stand that crossfade. Sewer squeeze for myself.
Oh,
This one knows that where it's at. See,
For Subway juice.
Yeah.
Gotta get that Subway delicious juice.
What's wrong with y'all?
Krazen nods solemnly, knowingly with the tree, like yes, that's the correct choice.
Well, I wouldn't really think, anything of a rat.
What that mean?
You're from the sewer. You eat.
What?
Yeah.
Fine, you know what? Rhea, Cinder, have your duel. Me and you, Kit, have duel.
Oh, honey, you don't want to fight me.
The tree, like, barring a duel, human, can I speak to you? As it, like, pulls one of its bows away and, like, is pointing at Cinder.
Fine.
Someone's in
And he walks
trouble.
over.
Have any news from Greywater or High Rise?
Yeah. Bad things are happening.
As it, like, settles its roots down and kind of, like, kneels down, like, what you can see is, like, maybe, like, a sitting position. And it opens up its bows. These beetles don't really understand what news is. They've promised to open the gate large enough for me to get through, but that was weeks ago. Keep watering me.
Keep watering you. That
What
That's
season
interesting.
is it?
It's getting closer to winter. Why does it?
So yeah, High Rise had a attempted coup d'etat, and there was a lot of mayhem and death, and some kind of giant mutant mastermind puppet master in the basement. But it turns out there was a geneticist scientist masquerading all the time as a fool that was also a mad scientist. I guess those aren't mutually exclusive. But also had a wife that apparently used to be part of the power structure of the hydraulic knights at Bittertoe, and really didn't like my companion. He points over at Iliad, which I really can't quite say I understand. My friend Redrum says something about him maybe having a robot disease, but what do I know of such things? I've not heard of that. He rolls his eyes to himself. In any case, the mad scientist guy fled with his family, including a genetic superhuman son that apparently is the duplicate of, is it Arthur, the founder of the Hydraulic Knights or some such foolishness? This is all new to me. I'm not well versed in their lore.
You can see like this
But-
tree's eyes just getting bigger and bigger. The more you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So, this gigantic, horrific creature in the basement was mind controlling everyone. And my companion, Red Rum, happens to have some psychic powers. And she was able to assist with disrupting this coup d'etat up on top. And we had to delve down below and found this monstrous creature. And as a group effort, it died. Let's see, what else? So we left High Rise, we went to Greywater, and it appeared that they were attacked by, well, robotic forces. I think it was supposed to be some force from like Rust Valley, but we all figured it was a Unity plot. There was a whole bunch of evidence that Unity was in High Rise and behind a whole bunch of the things that happened in High Rise. They were selling goods illegally in High Rise, and they certainly seem to have their claws into Greywater as well, although Greywater seemed a little less what was it, cooperative. Apparently the leadership of High Rise was in bed with Unity. Let's just put it that way. They sold their soul to Unity. Maybe they thought they were doing it for a good reason, but yeah. So see that guy over there? That's their mayor or former mayor.
Like creaks and turns.
We're going to bring him with us to 86. I don't remember why. There was some good reason for it, but yeah, he was the one. And he said, "Oh yeah, he had to do it for the good of the whole community." Well, he's not mayor anymore. Former friend of ours, Connor, is the mayor now.
Humans live such fast lives.
Don't they just?
Things changing and changing and changing. Yeah.
Don't they just? Yes. In any case, Greywater was attacked by this massive force, bombardment, fires all over the city, weird technological shielding devices that shouldn't have been in their possession, and yeah, we destroyed a whole bunch of robots too. Fought in the arena. That was kind of novel. Got a sponsorship from a weapons dealer. See, I got the logo right here. Points to his shoulder where he's got logo things on. And then we went to Bittertoe, and interesting things happening there. There's some kind of an attempt to create a new version of the Hydraulic Knights. Not sure that everyone is in agreement with that, but apparently the old support staff lived, and they came back and trying to make a youth army of hydraulic. What's the term they used? It wasn't knight. Cavalier or something like that. I don't know. Don't care either. Anyhow, we left there too. Weird things happened. More Unity plots there. Nanoborg, assassin. Yes, I know I'm a terrible storyteller. Don't throw it in my face.
No, you tell a good story. One without any of the extra, well, color. Not a narrative explanation.
Love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can explain to you at least the bitter toe individuals. We sheltered them in Yaki Yagyo during the time of their
Ah.
flight. Yes, they stayed there for several years and regained their strength.
We heard some tiny bit about that place. There was this mute pumpkin plantoid, Ronin, that I
Road.
believe was
Already.
Ronin was supposed to come from there. Yeah, I think Red still has some of his seeds. Not that I would necessarily tell you anything, but he
No.
died. Yeah, he
That is
died.
unfortunate.
Yeah. I think if he wasn't from there, his plan was to go there or something along those lines.
It's up the demon's parade. I would not go that way. It is troubled.
Hmm.
But this geneticist said you've lost them.
Yeah, we saw them get out of High Rise. Did we have some kind of sighting at Greywater? I want to say there was, but then I wasn't paying that close of attention, to be honest. There was talk of it. I know that.
Well, as he looks around the fortifications of Colossus, I were a geneticist.
Ah, good point. Good point. I follow your train there. Yes. Red. He yells over his shoulder. He's like, yeah, yelling for Red Rum to come over.
She's down below comforting this woman who has how to teach her how to she's gonna have twins.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun.
Current pet project.
Yep. Dealing with that emotional fallout, restoring some kind of form of consciousness to the child that was ratting. She formed a whole new mind. Might be a little tuckered out.
That is true. All right, Iliad. moving down the line of important people. So
I know they got thunder, lightning storms over there right now. Rune, you here with us?
I'm still here. No, I was just gonna say, Iliad hears Cinder yelling for him, and he looks over to Ernesto. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Right, USA.
After leaving him, he will approach Cinder, but as he does, his attention is just kind of fixed on the tree, looking up at it. I haven't seen one of your kin in a long while.
Isn't that interesting? Because he was just telling me that the folks that came back to Bittertoe that had left, the support staff I gathered, well, they had gone to his land. Remind me again what that's called. He looks up.
Yaki Yagyo. In the mountains north of the Demon's Parade.
Gee, bless you.
So that place, and they sheltered them there before they came back to Bittertoe. Isn't that an interesting factoid?
Fairly.
However, that's not why I called you over here. It was pointed out to me that if a rogue geneticist, say from High Rise, were to flee somewhere, wouldn't it be an interesting place for them to flee? It would be Colossus, where they have all this biotech stuff.
That's not a bad theory, Cinder.
Well, it wasn't my theory. It was his. I stole it. Points up at the tree.
The tree kind of gives you a non-committal, It could be anywhere, but the Colossi, they know things. Things they don't always know that they know.
It's a very, very interesting thing because, this geneticist is into bioorganisms, and yet Unity really isn't so much. I mean, it has nanoborgs, and they're bio, sort of.
Well,
both, but...
of course Unity does. They landed here.
What do you mean they landed here?
Well, they learned it here. It was after the siege. Let me think. Is it like it's to settle back and try to remember the events? After the Battle of Middertoe, the crushed remnants of the forces of, well, what was then Uno, treated and were taken in by the Colossi. They choose no sides. Do not blame them.
Okay.
Some of those individuals were infected with they say, something strange, a virus or some kind of malady. They could not remove it. It was a machine in nature, but they could contain it. Biological matrix.
Interesting. He kind of looks over at Iliad like, is any of this making sense to you?
They cannot make nanobots here. They don't really have the mind for that kind of process. But I do remember a young biochemist that took much of the concept from Colossus, developed a few prototypes, left with them.
You remember the name of this fellow?
Domino, I believe.
Interesting. Yes, we know of a domino.
I know of a dominus, old word from the old human languages. It means master. Domino, children's game.
Yes, but I think it's also been used as a name for a certain mastermind of Unity.
The tree, again, gives you that kind of, the branches just kind of moving on the ground. Like, I don't know. I'm just a tree. I'm here.
I'm just a tree.
I'm putting things together. It's a possibility. Oh, here they come with my water again. You just see, like, a blue and green painted group of beetles who are coming over with buckets of water. And the tree just sits there, and you can see it's just this face of mild annoyance as the beetles come over and they try to like pour water around the area where he's standing.
We better allow us.
We should try to find a geneticist.
I help.
Sure.
It kind
Sure.
of slides off of the.
Well, I would ask some of the blue ones. They're the bioengineers. More intelligent than the rest. Don't ask any of the red ones. They're combat types. He like looks across at some of the mercenaries that you've purchased.
All red types.
Not Greg.
What?
Greg doesn't have any color paint. He is wearing a bandana. And he's wearing...
Greg.
Yeah.
And you called him Greg.
His name is Greg. It's not his true name. He's wearing a bandana, and he has what appears to be a fish scale vest along with one of the other ones down here. And he has a harpoon.
Okay.
That one knows a bit about human ways. Lived with them for a while. Down in the crossroads region in the shallow seas.
Is there a map we're looking at with these tokens? I don't see these guys.
Oh, they're on the main map.
On the main map?
Oh, and such a neat, pretty bro.
Oh yeah, look at them. Oh yeah, like you said, there's the rabbits. Oh, they're great.
Yep. Ludwig,
Oh,
Ingrid,
Ludwig.
Klaus, Theodore, and then Peaches.
She's the scary one. She has the killer perk.
Oh no. I didn't get a single expansion perk for any of the ones I rolled. I got all core book. All hub. Yeah, everyone was hub.
Ludwig's a gunslinger, legit. Ludwig's my favorite.
Peaches.
I also like Theodore.
So with
did you roll up the hair?
roll up the what?
Did you roll up the hair? The other one? The nasty one?
Greg? Or the mutant?
Oh, the other
A hare.
nasty rabbit folk.
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
You got distracted rolling up beetle people.
Just
Are
being
these
overheated.
other do we have rabbit mercenaries and beetle mercenaries?
Oh yeah, you got followers.
Looks like, yep.
You guys
We're high
pay for
level
them.
now.
Yeah, you got pay. You pay for people.
We actually-
Crowded.
Well, no, we're
Crowded
gonna need
train.
another vehicle, I think.
Did we not have the hover truck thing?
You do.
Yeah.
Oh,
You've been
Yeah,
dragging it.
hover truck?
Yeah, the skiff,
That's right.
the little hover skiff. You've been dragging it.
We need to fix it. Didn't we fix it before? I thought we were
You
gonna
did.
fix
The
it.
repulsors work already. This just doesn't have a
okay,
motor.
so we're good.
Oh, it doesn't have a motor.
Yeah, you guys have been using it just as a trailer hitch.
The trailer. All right. Well, I guess we can keep doing that, can't we?
Yeah, because it was there
Yeah,
when
so-
because the gun mount was attached to it when you guys did the one-off the raid session. The Colossus Beetles had their artillery on it.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember now. Yep. Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, then Crazy Train has plenty of space.
Oh, I would ask some of them if this geneticist has come through. The blue ones are better with names and faces. The green ones are better with operations and procedures. Try to find one with both colors. You find one with blue, green, and white, that'll be one of the leadership cast. Gold? Well, gold ones are strange.
Turning to Kit.
We have at
who-
least one gold in our 10.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Is that Greg?
No, I think it's...
Oh wait, hold on there.
No, none of the 5 I did were gold.
Okay, I don't think mine are gold, so.
You're a hunter, right?
I am.
It's a normal shell.
So go hunt us a blue and green one.
Sure.
Here, take this man catcher.
Bring it back.
Takes it.
We could trade colored beetles later.
Train them to
Gotta
fight
catch
each
'em
other.
all.
Yeah.
Don't kill this one. Obviously, we just need to talk.
I kind of wish Bruce was with me, but yeah,
Of course.
I'll see about it.
So Kit goes whistling off to go find herself a blue and green beetle with a man catcher.
Yeah.
Is walking away like it's just a walking stick. It doesn't take her long to find one. It's like in an adjoining hallway off from the main parade ground, and it's just kind of walking along its own business. It has what looks to be a series of strings made of some kind of silk with knots in them, and these knots have like tagline knots that run off of that as well, with different kinds of, again, with more knots, and it's running its little claws through them, making a few knots in some other sections, and then again reading some other ones. And the knots are complicated. They have numbers and different patterns, like some of them figure eights, some of them have different kind of like overlapping and looping sections. It's not a artifact of like display. Are you familiar with like Incan knot math, or their possibility of it being a language?
Oh hell no, Kit is as dumb as a rock.
Okay, no, I meant you, the faulty.
Oh, me? Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So
I'm fine. It's cool.
it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. I got it.
It's okay.
Got it. I can learn. So it seems to be recording something inside this knot pattern. It's just kind of walking along its own way, moving around other beetles as they come into like direct path with it. And that's something you also notice, like all the large beetles, they don't deviate. Like Kit probably would have seen who was it that did the wrestling match last week?
That was WTF.
Whiskey Tango, yeah, Whiskey Tango and one of the robots, or sorry, one of the beetles had a one-off wrestling match, lifting each other up.
Sumo style.
Yeah, sumo style.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, it was a 3-meter
that's
tall
supposed to
beetle.
happen.
Wasn't,
Crazy.
yeah, they were like, I ain't moving, and it's just two beetles, in a straight line. They walk into each other and they fight, or they try to push each other out of the way. And then Whiskey Tango's like, I need more arms. Plainly, having more arms is better. So you find your beetle. How do you stop him?
approach. She's a little bit smarter than Bruce. You know, Bruce normally goes in and starts shoot first, ask questions later, but Kit does have a couple more brain cells to smack together, so she actually hides her man catcher. It's a backup, just in case he gets a little flighty.
Yeah.
She's pretty friendly, actually, so she kind of just saunters over and she's like, "Hey there!"
So it just ignores you. It keeps walking on. It's just got its little knot thing. It's tying it. It doesn't seem to have noticed that you've set it. There's a bunch of other beetles around.
Is it like leaning down? Is it like
It's just walking.
down?
It's walking down one of the hallways. Again, there's beetles almost everywhere. Like everywhere you look, there's beetles doing something. Like, there's a bunch of them off to your right immediately that have a bunch of what appear to be large maggots that have some kind of silk gland that's producing silk, and they're using it to construct a new wall. And they're just kind of they're like using it and they're threading it back and forth amongst themselves using it to
Beans, what
place
the
this wall.
fuck is going on here? Anyway,
I'm not being disruptive, you're being disruptive.
Engages this super cool epic kung fu fight with Cinder and wins, obviously.
No, so Kit actually slides in front of his path to purposely block him. And she is still on the outside, very friendly, but on the inside, she's kind of like, "Please stop now, or I'm gonna freak out."
Yeah. So it stops, and its eye stalks come up, and they turn and they look at you. Oh, hello there.
Hello! I wanted to ask like a few things, because I'm actually looking for somebody. I don't know if you've seen him.
Oh, somebody. As it like looks around, and it's got the thread in its hands, it's moving it through, and it's like its eye stalks are moving back and forth as it's turning its body. Oh, there's somebody's all over the place here.
Oh yeah, I know that, but no, I'm looking for a specific somebody, you know,
Oh,
he's
is
kinda
somebody? Is he a human?
yeah. Clark's human, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just because you're human, so it's just like, is a human? Yeah.
I don't
Maybe.
remember, I don't see him on. No, he's like yay tall. She like goes up, like her hand goes up to like his
Is it
eye.
your mate?
No.
Oh, so you need someone that's not your mate.
No, my mate is actually back in high. She starts flustered, blushing. No, anyway.
It's like, again, it's both its eyes focused back on you again. It's not somebody around, so it must be you. Yes.
No, he's like yay tall, yay wide. She actually kind of makes him a little bit fatter than he is.
And the beetle's taking two of its limbs that weren't doing anything, and it's mimicking you. So yay tall, yay wide.
Yeah, he might have had a lady with him.
His mate?
Yes, his mate.
Pheromone secretions. Yes, I can find that.
So Kit'll actually give like the more specific description of what they look like.
So the specificity is levels of autism maybe Kit hasn't come across. Like, this creature wants to know everything. The more specific you get, it suddenly wants more specificity. Like, how many moles does he have? How many freckles? And these are all irrelevant things to the description, but they seem to be important to it. Even though you're fairly certain you've given it enough information to, because humans look different, and it should have enough by now. But so when does Kit want to cut that off? 2 eyes, glasses, 98 kilograms, brown hair, blonde, red. How many colors of hair?
Yeah, so she'll give as much detail as she can. It's just that like once she reaches like the limit of okay, I can't really give you anything else other than this.
Large offspring, tall, broad-shouldered.
Yeah.
Reinforced musculature, reinforced bones. Yes,
He's a
pheromone
little
traces.
Annoying.
Transhuman. as it like clicks its claws. It's like looking around again. Yes, he was here. He was here.
Really?
Yes, the transhuman.
Do you know where they went?
Transhuman is still here. As it like clicks. But, parental figures. No parental figures.
Wait a minute. So can, so they just dropped him off? They didn't just... Where
Yes,
is he?
he's growing.
What do you mean he's growing?
He's growing. I show you. Come with me.
Sure, yeah, that would help.
Just like leads you down a different direction down to a path. You want to radio that back to anybody?
Yeah, so she'll call in.
That doesn't look right.
Middleman, this is Eagle.
Cool.
Oh, because I have a minus 2. What's your DV there, Rhea?
Which one? Which one's middleman? Crazy answer.
The hydraulic gnat.
Since when am I middleman? Well, how's that a middleman? What?
Because you're made of
Metal.
metal.
Oh, metal. So I apologize. You have a bit of a yokel accent.
Billion fucking making fun of her hillbilly accent.
You have... never mind. Okay, Kent's here. It's just that they told me he's growing and they're gonna lead me to him. But as for Clark and
So Red Rum, if the radio's open, this says radio's open, she knows what that means.
Sorry, I was like paying attention to something else. What does Red Rum know?
She knows that. So basically, she just overheard that they're growing. I mean, she could be watching this fight, but this would have picked her up. That Ken is being grown somewhere inside Colossus. So that means he's in a tank.
Right. All right. Yep. She'll get on the thing and say, "Yeah, well, that's probably a bio alteration tank of some kind." I know Argo spoke of it some from his time in Clark's lab.
okay,
fact,
but
I
I'm gonna
think
get him out.
Clark himself was putting himself in one of those. It was, I don't know. It sounded rather questionable.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get him out because that, yeah.
Wait, Clark's here?
No, Clark's not. To knock it off, Clark's not here. He left. You should try to figure out where he went. We're gonna go get Kent.
Oh. Wait, who's Ken?
Clearly not important to you right now. Go and figure out where Clark went.
Sir, get out of my way. I gotta go find Clark. Kicks him in the ball. Kicks him in the balls and runs off.
Good luck with that.
Fucking,
So-
it's that scene from The Simpsons where you're like, all right, let's test out the cup. Yeah, feel nothing.
Sure, honey, lead
Yeah.
the way.
My DV is over 100, so good luck with that.
So
This is unarmored combat.
Oh, we didn't say we got out of armor.
That was the deal.
Tried to-
You never told me that. I thought
we agreed to that
3 was with
firsthand.
armor.
No, that we agreed that all the way back at Bittertail.
I thought we were just gonna do it without weapons.
I don't know.
So
Guys, I need
yeah,
to
we'll go
sign
find.
Skins and shirts! We agree!
Oh man.
Take your pants off.
Fine, I'd have one better than you with no armor. That's a 44.
So
Not counting the aim shot, penalty, of course.
Sorry,
So-
say that again.
I'm cutting out so bad.
I hear you perfectly though.
I know. As every now and then, my stuff just cuts out bad. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's
I
it's
just
what's
watch
what happens to me. It's the upload versus download.
Ilya just dies after his ping shoots up to 1500.
No.
So Iliad will go to regroup his kit, and then shit, I don't know. Grayson wasn't really giving orders. He's just kind of
He's just sitting there.
chilling.
Well,
He's working on the
Trixie's
crazy train. He's pissy.
They thought his tail was funny.
She'll Twix will actually climb on Iliad's shoulder again.
So so Iliad, we'll see you catch up with this because the beetles, not moving too quick. No, yes, not biological. It sees like Iliad come up.
So Kit, how long have we been here?
Less than a day, a few hours.
Less than a day. Okay. I don't know if Iliad has ever picked up enough of their language to be able to use his linguistics to.
Well, he's a robot. He can just download it.
Okay.
Outside of it.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know. But yeah, he'll approach.
Holy shit, man!
To the boss.
Of the
So, do androids have to roll for being knocked unconscious when they're hit in the head?
No, because they're not biological.
God damn it.
That's only for bios.
So yeah, Ellie will greet this guy in his own language, just so conversation's not as
it's a little bit quicker.
Yeah, and just not as
yes, good. You are Hydraulic Knight. We go down now. As it goes up to what looks like an elevator.
Wait, did you ever tell us where this geneticist ran off to after dropping his spawn off?
The father, not father figure. Left.
Yes.
No, nothing more.
Does anyone know more?
Guards?
Of course. Okay.
As it goes to grab it. Come in. You're going into a sphinctered chamber.
Ew. I'm being led away. Help.
The alien's following. He's not going to let her get away.
Please keep your. It looks at the metal man. Please keep your pointy edges close to your body. As the orifice closes, and then you were squeezed inside an intestinal tract, and then pushed down.
This isn't the first time Iliad's been eaten.
Now it's not crushing around you. It's just guiding you down like a chute, just kind of wiggling under you. You're not going very fast.
This isn't the first time
You get squeezed out. Yeah, so you
This
get.
is the first time kid's been boofed.
He's been pooped out. You end up on another chamber, and you just kind of squeezed out of another orifice. You feel, I don't know, maybe violated. It's up to you how that feels. Maybe you feel great.
Iliad doesn't have a frame of reference. He doesn't know the shame of that, so he's just kind of over it.
I'm yeah, it's a mode of transportation, whatever. Yeah, Iliad and the beetle. Perfectly normal.
Looks back, we went down, so looking back up, Iliad sees the little tail of Twix stuck up there. He reaches up and just grabs her, hey, come here.
Was she a piece of corn?
Yeah, come here.
Oh my god. I'm gonna die.
Why I can't eat corn no more? My lower intestine can't handle it.
So, Iliad will radio back to Krazen, knowing the rest of his party's disposed, right?
It's funny.
They're touching each other. Cinder and Rhea.
Yeah. So he goes to radio Krazen and goes to ask, you need to question the guards about the location of this geneticist. Name is Clark, right?
Clark.
See, in my head I did that remembrance thing, oh, I'll remember him because Isaac Clarke from Dead Space, but I always call him Isaac in my head, so it backfires all the time. But no, yeah. Name of Clark, wife's name of Joan. You need to figure out where they went, what direction they're going to, and how long ago.
Furious
Crazy.
footsies.
I know, I love
Krazen
Furious
just
Footsies.
Krazen just like groans, tossing his water aside. Done with the fight anyway, and just scampers off.
They're fighting in the background, and Krazen's just like, ah.
This is like watching and like, fine.
Krazen doesn't give a shit.
Krazen care less.
I have this imagination Doc's over there being the referee for the fight. Nothing below the belt.
Oh yeah.
Keep it clean. All right, so when you finally get down there, there's a tank that this blue-green beetle brings you to. Point to it. There. And it's just an opaque tank with like a goo in it.
And she screams. Where is he?
He is here. It points to her like,
him?
yes. As she like goes up and like looks at it. Yeah. Liver, small intestines, large intestine, heart, nervous system, brain.
Oh my god, you dismembered him.
No, dissolved him.
Why did you do that?
You regrow him.
Iliad turns to the scientist, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Bioengineer.
Is he dead?
No, quite alive.
Will he remember anything when he comes out?
Yes. Everything.
What are you doing to him? Like Kit, even though like was very like annoyed with Kent half the time, it's actually very visibly noticeable that she is like inconsolably crying.
We are restoring him to his original form.
He was fine the way he was.
Yes, quite a large specimen. Good, strong, hearty, healthy. But we had the original.
The original?
Yes, this one. It's bioreplicant. Very good.
What? So
Oh my god, what am I gonna tell Connor?
then won't tell Connor anything. As this would be like that quandary of like, is this really gonna be Kent who's coming out, right?
A little bit, yeah. So
Like
there
gonna
is
have
a so,
memories.
but Kit grew up with him. So bioreplicants are usually, they're squeezed out of the tube fully grown. They're not usually like born as infants and then allowed to grow naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And bioreplicants also have usually something coded into their genes for their shutoff time. They don't usually. They have like a lot of their aging, stuff like that. It's all programmed out.
Hmm.
They usually they can live for several hundred years. They're synthetic humans, but not synthetic as in metal and plastics. They're biological machines.
How long's he been in there?
Oh, as it looks at the interface, and it does something. It unfurls these two antennae that have little tiny like hairs at the ends of them, and it begins to rub them against the tube and against some things on the sides of it. Just standard days.
And how long will he be in there?
Well, integration may take 3 weeks.
She looks at Iliad with like puppy dog eyes.
Complex neural pathways have to be reconstructed. The original sample was over a century old.
The original sample is over a century old.
Yes.
Was your friend Kent over 100 years old when you were growing up with him?
No? What the heck kind of question is that?
The beetle does the little up and down, like that weird laugh where their whole body bounces up and down. No. Original sample, 100 years old. This one, 21.
So you're
Oh my god, you're splicing him with another sample?
No, remaking.
Why?
Splicing implies taking one from the old and connecting it to the new with some kind of binding. This is the original being. He will have all of his memories. He will be fully intact. And all of his previous memories as well.
Stop. Right? Just stop. Ilya will push on. Kit, like, I know you're upset. All right? I understand. Putting a hand on her shoulder. Not the normal human-like hand. His other hand's a claw, so I don't think that'd be too comforting.
We made the arrangement. The duties were paid.
Who was the original sample?
Arthur.
The founding knight.
Yes. We kept him here, in the lowest of the tanks.
You had Arthur here the whole time?
Yes.
Why didn't you just remake Arthur yourselves? Why'd you need him? And anyway, Iliad, why do you care? I grew up with Kent. And what would you know what loss feels like? Look at him. And she points to the bat.
Well, the contract specified that it would be at the time of the choosing of the next founder.
At the comment of what would he know of loss, it was just kind of like, there's a stare at Kit that lasts longer than comfortable, as his eyes kind of just whir for a second, and he looks back to the tank.
He's not even Kent anymore.
He's gonna have Kent's memories, but he'll also have Arthur's memories.
Yes. This is by the instructions of the Oracle.
You think that whatever comes out of there is gonna be Kent?
It will be Kent.
What oracle?
Athena.
Oh God.
Athena ordered this?
And it just sits there like, yes. Duplicity is just not something they know. If they know it, they're just gonna tell you. It raises its eye stalks up to the ceiling, and its little sensors go like become erect, and it goes rigid. You have been summoned by the elders. There's a bunch of other ones that are standing very, very stiffly inside the corridor. Like, again, like just a breeze had come through. Or something like that sensation of someone's walking over your grave, and they all shiver uncontrollably. The elders have called. They have summoned you. You can just hear that, like, the little chatter. The elders, the elders, the elders.
We're not getting anything more useful out of them for now. We'll come back at Kent.
Cinder, during your fight back and forth, your nose is flooded with a pheromone trace that is powerful. It's coming out of everywhere.
That's annoying.
Can the animals pick it up?
Yeah, animals will be able to smell it. It's not hostile, it's not negative. It's just, it's an identifier scent.
Ugh, this stuff's disgusting.
Yeah, it's like ah!
Twix, who's on Iliad, would actually like move up to his head and is like standing on like the mohawk and is like sniffing the air.
But Cinder, with your ability, again, with your nose, you recognize that, again, these are complex neuroactivating carbons, and so it's sending a message.
Okay.
It would take you some time to break it down, because I don't know if you have the apparatus to do that.
Probably not.
Yeah, but it's something that you could record and figure out later.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, he can tell human emotions.
Yeah, human emotions.
And
Yeah.
such. I don't know about this.
He would know this was a message. Like it's just the way it's coded.
Okay.
It's too complicated. Like, okay, this is somebody saying something, and he would definitely be familiar with like pheromone coding, because again, the bug people exist.
Right now, he's just cleaning the blood off his knuckles because Ray is on the ground somewhere. It was all non-lethal. That's what you're saying to the people around him. All non-lethal.
Yeah,
No lethal.
You got a couple of red beetles who are sitting there like, good fight.
Ray just twitches.
Twitches.
We put her in tank. It'll be fine. Doc said, no, you don't touch my patient at all. You don't touch my patient.
Put Ray in a tank.
Don't put me in a
Who
tank.
knows what would come out? I can just see this very small, perfectly proportional human at the same height that Rio was, and she's like, "What happened?
They cleaned all the
I
junk
can't
DNA.
jump anymore."
It's this odd feeling. I feel like being nice.
Next to you is just literally a rabbit.
Cute and fuzzy.
It got separated.
Oh, that's good.
I feel like I've known this rabbit my whole life.
Rabbit does rabbit things, it just flees.
Hmm.
The rabbit is also a thing like I feel like I've known this my whole life. Then a hawk just swoops it up. Right? Oh yeah, we're in the desert.
Duke, no.
No.
I'm sure Cinder is like holding his nose closed to be like less overwhelmed by this scent.
Yeah, one of the other beetles. They're talking amongst them. The elders have called somebody. Yes, the elders have called. We should take this one. We'll go fix. No, let us take her. And again, they're arguing with Doc, just trying to grab hold of Ray. I was like, it'd be fine. We're gonna put her in tank. And then Doc just fends them off. He's like, get away from her! Little flamethrowers, whatever he has out of his limbs coming up. And they're like, running away.
Yeah, Cinder will assist Doc in saying, "No, let it lie there bleeding."
It's like, no, we have to patch her up.
Fine.
He
Joy.
says, patch her, not fix her. I ain't healing this.
Well, good. That's good.
You get to learn from your lumps. You sit there stitching up some. Again, it's just like a corner doctor, like in a boxing match, just getting the blood out of the
I'll
eyes.
have a few lumps.
Give it a little bit of salt underneath the underneath the nose there. The smelling salts. It's like, hey, get up. You're a bum, Rocky. A bum.
I can't see nothing. Why do I have 4 eyeballs?
So you get summoned to the elders, and the beetles are like, come, yes, go. It's that scene from Toy Story where they're like, the claw chooses who will come and who will stay, who will go, who will stay. They're like, you've been chosen by the claw. They're all just kind of pushing you towards another orifice.
All of us then?
No, just literally, they get Kit and Iliad.
Okay.
They've been asking questions down there. You must go,
Yeah,
go.
And Twix.
Go down those
Quick,
orifices.
Oh, it's the sphincter of opening.
Oh my god.
You will go to the lower intestine of knowing.
Yeah.
All right.
One second, my man got me a tropical 7-Up.
So they say that you are going to be going to the Meseket. So Iliad, you know that means like boat.
Oh, repeat that?
Okay, so you're going. So what they describe is you have to go to the Meseket, which translated in Old Arabic means boat.
Oh.
It's just, again, the context that eludes you. You'd have to have the cultural references to know why. It's like, okay, so it means boat at nighttime or night boat. Guess we're going to that.
Kit is like on this boat. She's like, yes. It's like the river Styx.
Yeah.
They're floating to your death.
So you come down into an area on a chitinous platform that you are extruded on, and there's 5 large beings around. Each of them is cast in shadow with only a single light showing in front of them. You see many small appendages that are flexing and moving. Their whole bodies are undulating back and forth as the majority of them seems to be submerged in this oily fluid that surrounds this platform. Each of them kind of turns and sways back and forth, and they're looking at you with a multitude of eyes and little feelers that unfurl and roll down towards you and they begin to get close but don't touch. And they twitch and move, and there's thousands of these tiny little cilia all around your bodies.
Twix gets down from Iliad's head and is like scurrying on his shoulders because she's freaked out.
Iliad makes a defensive gesture over her.
Oh, you just hear.
Who's all in
So
this room with us? Is it everyone? Are we all here?
No, it's just us.
so some of the tendrils come out and try to get towards Kit. They're like reaching closer to touch her.
Her back stiffens and she's just like, "Ugh."
So they just kind of like slowly start to envelop her.
So at this point, Iliad will also like wave his hand in front of those tendrils as well.
None of them
Alright,
go
you
to
can-
touch Iliad.
You can look, but don't touch.
Yeah, none of them go for Iliad. They don't touch him.
He uses this as like to try to make a buffer between all the tendrils and his uncomfortable compatriots.
Yeah, just kind of like pushing them away, and then and they move away. They flinch when you're touching them, and they move. They part away. And then a sonorous voice. It would be easier. We interface directly with her mind.
Oh.
Hold on. See, Iliad switches to Beetle speak. That is. And wouldn't it be just easier if we spoke in your own language?
We have little use for vocal cords.
Enough use to tell me that you don't have use for them. I think you're going to have to deal with that for now.
You hear some moaning back and forth as, like, again, some throaty noises as each of the 5 enormous creatures that just wiggle and move back and forth and rock, or the loud voice from above you. Very well. We will speak with voices.
Oh god, Iliad, it's a la jefe.
I don't think this is a cow.
It's up there somewhere. Like nobody knew I was here. Don't let me go. Just a cow.
Shiftiest looking cow.
Yeah. So just a shifter that's a cow now. Like I was having a good time. Just don't.
Iliad does briefly consider maybe calling Krazen down here because maybe he'd be okay with being interfaced with.
I like how that cow's just in the party now, just kind of hanging out, just doing cow stuff.
There is that cow, yes.
Yeah. I'll have you. Like, I'm a cow.
I mean, Kit is fine being
Okay.
interfaced with, it's just she's me.
Gee, she's scared. Weird ass giant goo creatures are like, hey, let's touch you with all our weird antenna and not
Yeah,
tell you what's going on.
Okay, but I'm gonna warn you, there's not a lot of lights on in there.
If she's okay with that, Iliad will step aside.
So they come in so all of these things come down and start touching her again and wrapping around, and then you feel a jolt and then like a static fuzziness across your body and mild burning sensation. It's a little unpleasant across your skin where the cilia is touching. Yeah, that again, that staticky feeling all over the place.
I've felt that before.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. It takes a little while for it to end, and then when you move, those little hairs are attached. And then you can suddenly feel like you are attached to a much larger body. Like when they shift or move, you can see out of 10 sets of eyes. You can hear out of massive bodies, you can look up. When you look up, you see the huge blue sky above the fortress. You see the lands all around it, and you can feel deep underground where there's water, moisture, warmth, constant undulating pulse of power. You're physically attached to these organisms. And when they speak with her voice.
Oh Jesus!
Okay, Tim, go on. Speak with her voice.
No, I can't do that. That's gonna suck. It's not gonna sound like Kit. I got around it.
Fine.
That'd be great if they just use her accent. Well, this contract goes all the way back to 100 years ago when Arthur was killed on the battlefield. of the
Elliot
feeding
just
grounds.
nodded along. If he could laugh,
Yeah.
well, he can laugh, but he's being respectful.
He was facing a creature that was called the dragon. Arthur was mortally wounded and brought to Colossus in its early days. Yeah, this is so bad.
I love it.
I'm gonna keep doing it though.
It's great.
He was interred in a sarcophagi, made to live eternally in suspended animation, till the body could be regrown to inhabit his incredible knowledge and ability. Though he was quite rare, it took time to develop a human suitable to take on the vastness of his intelligence and power. So, Iliad, have any questions?
A few.
He's just speechless.
Don't worry about bubble chat.
Don't look at bubble chat. Look at
No,
bubble
it's
chat.
fine. You can. I'm just giving you shit.
This is that face, just trying not to laugh.
Dude is dead. Like, this is very serious. This is about my order's founder. Oh my god, Kit telling me.
Yep.
All right, but no, for a quick, so we got aside, but quick rundown. This was a contract made long ago, and he's been essentially in the sarcophagus since that contract's been made, right?
Correct.
Anything I'm missing on that before I perform a series of follow-ups?
Nope.
So a few questions.
Please.
Was this Arthur's contract? Did he know of this contract, or was this solely Athena's order?
Arthur, at the time of his internment in the sarcophagus, could no longer give commands. Only the intelligence of Athena could predict the outcome of these events. It was under her order that he would be interred.
Did she ever say why?
For the rebirth, unity.
Why Kent? Why does Clark have the authority to complete this contract?
The creatures, you feel that there's like through Kit, she has the human expression of hesitation. Like there's either something she doesn't want to say or something she's like maybe confused about. But these creatures are ancient, so they're not like the beetles above that don't understand humans. These ones understand humans, and so you read that hesitancy. The contract stipulated a body. Body was brought. Contract must be fulfilled. The one known as Clark was angered. He had to be removed.
So removed, like, and he kind of makes a knife across throat motion.
Many died in the attempt. He managed to escape.
Wait, when was this? How long ago?
48 hours.
Wow.
48 hours ago. And you didn't think to tell a hydraulic knight that okay.
You were not known to us until now.
Do you know where he was going or which direction he was headed?
Wounded towards the north on the demon parade.
There's only 3 places he could go. I see. He seeks refuge with the plantoids. Or he has a death wish. What about his mate, Joan?
She did not survive.
Joan of the Ark is dead.
We have kept her body for regeneration. However, there is no balancing of the scale. We interred her within the time frame of neural degradation.
So you can't bring her back?
We can restore her for a price.
What's the price?
As the creatures settle back, and you can see that they're negotiating amongst themselves. And you can see that Kit, you have the ability to talk now if you want to. Like, they've withdrawn their minds from yours.
Oh, that felt so weird.
You volunteered for that.
I mean, yeah. So like they all of their like tentacles are still around you, but you can't feel their minds inside yours, but you can still kind of like feel their bodies. Did you want to like make an attempt to peer into there because you're still neurologically attached? Did you want to try to like peek in?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like gonna try to intrude. So take a willpower, type E.
Oh god. Oh,
Try to
god,
keep your
Tim.
ego separated from theirs.
Oh shit, Tim.
No shit.
Should have had rum do it, red rum do it.
Oh hell no, she didn't make it.
It
Just for reference, Kid has a willpower of 25.
just means she wasn't able to do it stealthily.
Yeah.
So she's gonna get in there, because failure forward is always much more fun. She like again links in with them, and Iliad can hear them talking like, "We must expand into more colonies." No, the colonies will fail without appropriate food and water. That's what the argument is. It's about colonizing areas.
Sounds really weird, Kit arguing with herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we do not have appropriate water, food, and resources, where will we route them from? We cannot take them from the human populations. That would be outrageous. It would be a slaughter. And all like the fifth one's like, that is acceptable. They are vermin that spread across the face of the world. We should eat them and devour them. Send their flesh into our own biovats and recreate a legion of obedient slaves. And the other ones are like, no, no, no.
No.
Not
So
what
you're
we're
having-
doing.
Iliad speaks up to say, so you're having issues with expanding your reach.
All the minds verge back in on Kit. And you can feel all of them like looking at you. It's the kid caught at the door listening.
I wasn't doing anything, I swear.
We will deal with this one at a later time. As the minds rush back into yours and unify. Yes, we are having problems disseminating our number across the surface of the world. Our children do not have the viciousness, humanity.
That's not always a bad thing.
Nor do we wish to instill it in them. We must keep them peaceable. Otherwise, our spread would be catastrophic. You will provide guard to our colonies till they are established, one at a time, and not to pack the limits of the hydraulic night. You will provide in blood, swords, and violence what we cannot provide to our own.
You all this for Joan.
It is not a balancing of the scales, but your need is greater than ours.
Iliad thinks for a moment, but is it?
Yeah,
I
it might
mean,
not be. Yeah. They don't know
I
that.
do. Joan was my friend. Yes, and I would miss her dearly. But if she stays dead, my future is still secure.
So you see on Kit's face is a small knowing smile. Again, not a natural one for her. It's vicious. She was diseased.
We knew that.
A sickness in the mind. Something planted there, corrupted her.
I see.
It is not of the whole. It can be rectified.
That, I suppose, does grease the wheels a little further.
So they've
And
already,
for that,
yeah, they've shown
for
they held their cards. They're clever, and they showed that they can be duplicitous too. You haven't seen that from any of the Beatles, just these ones.
let's see. How about my counteroffer? I would say that information, her restoration of her mind and her revival to get it, I would be willing to offer our aid with 2 colonies. And if these colonies prove to be mutually beneficial between the knights and your people, I could most definitely persuade them to continue their ongoing support with your expansion.
There's a pause as they consider this for a moment, and then it comes back. Athena never agreed to our expansion goal. He always kept us checked. We agree to 2 colonies until they are fully established. Scales are balanced. Deals made. And all of the little cilia, like, come away from Kit. It felt like Velcro when they came off of your skin.
Ah,
Yeah. You hear that little tearing sound?
Oh.
don't do that again.
Probably hurt the worst near, like, the eyebrows.
Oh yeah, her eyebrows are actually more like neat. They're not like scraggle.
They did a little trimming.
Yeah, they gave her a little waxing while they were on it.
A little misstyling. Oh, I've been fully exfoliated.
And my pores feel soft.
Well, I suppose we'll work out the details of where these colonies will go.
There's again that weird beetle like motion of laughter. And as they just kind of bounce up and down, and Kit, you can still feel like now you have an impression of them, and like they're amused because they agreed, and they never set on the location, but you can see that it's not going to be easy, and they're amused by that.
Yeah. We did it.
You did it.
You seem uncomfortable, Kit.
Oh, I don't think you know what you agreed to.
I agreed to something that may cause issues in the future.
Mm-hmm. And then when it gets back to Connor, he's not gonna be happy.
I think I can live with that.
So an orifice opens up near the mesquite, and it allows you to go back up, or you'll be like sphinctered up to another platform. Yeah. And brought into a chamber that is large with hundreds of what looks like chrysalises, all suspended on a frame, with small grayish, like shell-less looking beetles moving amongst them, cleaning them, maintaining them, tending to them, checking them. You've come to a nursery.
Yeah, that's a lot of them.
Yes, there's a lot, but they've been stuck here for who knows how long. They have just as much right to live as you do. And they're not torching every settlement from here to high rise to do so.
There's coming to you is a beetle daubed with gold paint.
Oh,
You were the ones the elders were speaking with.
And you're one of the weird ones we were told.
I was born during the orgy of the third moon underneath the passage of Saturn.
Kit makes a very childish laugh.
Yes, it is very funny to humans, I know. But unfortunately, our mating practices. Come, I will bring you to your eyes.
We get fries?
It just kind of like scoffs. Again, this is a very odd one. It seems to have like sardonicism and just more human expressions where it just throws its hands up and it walks over to a very large tub.
What is that?
Joan, as you look inside over the edge of it, you can see through the green fluid a woman fully nude beneath it and young. Joan, last time you seen her, she was sickly. She was pale, she was thin. This woman is very physically fit, strong, in her early 20s, tall, powerful.
Looks more like how Iliad probably remembers her.
Yeah. We have restored her.
That's not who I remember.
No, the woman who came in here was sick with cancer. Diseased, riddled, her mind altered. It's barbaric what was done to her brain. They had cut into it, healthy tissue, hundreds of times. For what? Mind-altering drugs, substances, hypnotic suggestion. It'd be a wonder if all the damage was removed when we copied her neural pathways.
Kit slowly turns to Iliad. I'm gonna kill Clark.
You're going to get in line. There's quite a few who want that already. Iliad puts his hand over the tank where she lies. It's how I remember her.
They're strong. It requires a human strength far in excess of typical human muscle fibers. About 1/3 the size of heart valves. Powerful immune system. Capable of strong mind, dense bones. Some kind of transhuman. Cellularly perfect. But a mutant on top of all of that.
Oh, that's not. Wait, what did she say?
Mutant.
Mutant transhuman. Never heard of that.
Selective genes. Programmed into her.
Yeah, genetically bred to be a mutant.
And we're not sure what the mutations are. I've never seen those codings before. I've seen similar. The one above.
It will snap his attention to the bug as he rambles on to go on to say, "Where are we taking your colony?"
That's years in the future. You're a robot. I doubt any of the biologicals with you will actually be alive when they're ready.
I
No.
asked when. I asked where.
Where have they determined? Someplace lush with plenty of biodiversity.
Iliad's like kind of trying to rack his brain of the possible locations that would fit.
Not in the
that
high
description.
desert.
Exactly, in the high desert. That could be a hell of a trip.
The beetle shrugs. This is not your concern at this moment. That scale will come in due in years to come. Now, we must wake this one.
Oh, so we're not even doing that deal right now? Jeez.
the beetle chuckles. You did not specify a time with the elders? Or a location?
That wasn't Iliad, that was me. It's like,
Yeah.
Iliad's feeling better about this deal now. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, who's gonna be alive to remember this deal?
You say that, as a beetle looks down at this woman. But Athena put these in place over 100 years ago.
Yeah, this Athena lady really seems like she has all the answers, doesn't she? All right, just wake her up, why don't you?
No, not all the answers. She made plenty of mistakes. A predictive algorithmic process can only go so far into the future. Humans still have free will. And she's like moving around, like doing something to this organic construction. Like you can't really understand it. She's like fiddling different things and touching things. And you can see like valves are opening up. The goo is being drained off. Always will express themselves. Well, they express themselves in unique ways. Mutations, deviations from the original plan. It ensures the survival of the species. These things. You become too predictable, you become easier to prey upon. You die. This construction has become stayed, predictable, patterned. Must grow or it must die. Athena knew this. I imagine that's why she foresaw her own death. It's the last couple things I put together. Now, are we ready for her?
Iliad taking a moment to hold his head at that comment and just kind of shaking the feeling off. Yes.
Very well. The activation word is Joey. And the woman's eyes open up, green eyes, emerald green, thick black hair as she rises up out of the tank and looks around, and those large eyes are soaking in the environment. And she looks at you again. It's a young woman. Idiot.
Holding up his shield arm semi-defensively. Joan.
And then you see the shock of the moment starts to fade away as she's like looking about and looking down at her hands. How many years? How many years was I in his clutches?
Oh, that. Hard to say. I've missed a lot. Too long.
She looks up and she sees the beetle. Colossus?
Correct.
What have you done to me? As she doesn't seem to take any care about like clothing herself, as the beetle explains like what they've done to her body, and she just laughs hysterically. It's because like one of the points that the beetle brought up, it's like that she's fertile again.
Uh-huh.
It's like she's like rewind the genetic clock, and she just laughs at that last like strange point, like sardonically and just without any joy. So I'm a full woman again. Gods. Below and above. Need some clothing. I know you beetles don't appreciate covering your skin, but I need something. The beetle just, again, gives a little shrug and comes back with a silk gown that she's able to put on. There's Clark. You kill him?
No. North. He survived his attempt to whatever he was doing here.
I'm thinking about it.
He's
Quite
going into
frankly.
Gehenna.
So he does have a death wish.
No, the bastard's not affected by the radiation in the area.
Of course not. Do you remember Kent? Is that in your mind still?
Kent, yes, it's my... Oh, God. What did he do with that boy?
We should talk about that later. For now, I think we should go after Clark.
She, like, gathers herself together. I need arms and armor. She looks to the Beatles. Well, the Beatles are like, I don't got any for you. Idiot.
Sure,
So,
we have something lying around.
very
Very well.
Both of you. Same mannerism very well.
Yeah. Yeah, they... Imagine they start moving the same direction, same
Yeah.
step.
Chi.
Oh, this is Squire Twix, by the way.
Chi.
Squire.
Menopause Twix reporting for duty. And she's sold.
And she grins. And again, this is a wolf's smile. It shows you teeth. Oh, I remember your last Squire. What's his name? No, that was long ago. And then she sits there and she's like swoons for a second. She steps and she catches herself on the edge of the pod. Wait a minute. The fuck did you do to me, Beetle? The Beetle turns and looks at her. I've restored all of you. And she just like tilts her head to the side. She's like, no, you didn't. It may take time for all of the neural pathways to sink in, but all of your memories are intact now. The Beetle again like walks off into just a random direction, like, this is a perfectly normal day. Oh no.
Should I ask?
And she says, it's from my childhood. I'm a, what's the word they use today? Constructed, bioreplicant, transhuman, whatever we want to say. I was made out of several different individuals, bound together. Mutant. We're trying to create soldiers in one of the ecologies. I was very young. I think this psychopath of a monster creature over there tried to wake the mimetic memory of multiple people inside my mind. It's not going to work. I don't have their memories, but I may have their reflexes.
Is that going to slow you down?
Well, no, soon enough. As the beetle turns, like, no, you have all of them. She just looks at her like, no, you fucking didn't. And again, goes back to the whole Beetle's idea of like what a person is. So she's like, all right, you know, fuck this. We're going upstairs. I'm done with these fucking bugs. And she just walks out towards the to the top, like looking around, like, Beetle, tell me where the parade ground is. They're like, up over there. They all want to be helpful.
Right, and Iliad follows after.
And she's just muttering about the beetles as she's going. I damn think they're gods, tampering with DNA and genetics, mixing minds together. Unnatural.
Yes, very.
I'm not some
So-
kind of petri dish freak.
No, you're always level-headed when we work together.
Always level-headed. As she's coming up to the top floor. My god, she sees the crazy train with like all of the guards and the people out in front of it.
Oh, boy.
What kind? You have a
I have
small
a question.
army.
A questing party, I would say, but yes.
She comes and like walks over, sees Rhea passed out on the ground with a vat brain, just working on her.
Oh, what the hell's happened here?
Oh, nothing that bad, nothing too serious, just a little fisticuffs, a little hand-to-hand sport, physical entertainment.
Of course. Iliad will start radioing people back. We know where Clark's at.
That's when like she sees Red Rum for the first time, and her eyes just go wide at seeing again a 100 what 110
No, just 100 even.
100 even, yeah, 140 160 100 appearance
100.
score person. It's like, my god.
Awooga.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Joan just sees this woman, just like, holy damn. Like, says it out loud, stares at her. This doesn't happen too often in the Red Rum in the high desert that often. People usually are afraid of her because she's so beautiful.
Her brows kind of furrow as she looks back at Joan and... Yes, can I help you?
Joan's a dead blank.
Oh, interesting.
No mind.
What are you? So, she probably would think that she's another android.
Yeah.
Iliad will step between, quick to say, "Oh, don't gawk too much." She and I believe Cinder are a thing. It seems on and off quite frequently.
Yeah, whispers it to her.
Yeah.
Like, on and off. And she's like, her eyes like to look over at the side of like Iliad's shoulder. Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
This is all these memories of like this is how Joan actually used to act is like quickly coming back to him. And remember, like, oh, that's right, I was corralling her a lot.
Like super aggressive.
Well, what's wrong, Red? I thought you two were such friends in the kitchen when you almost zapped me off of her declaration that I was insane.
I remembered. Oh, you were so sweet and kind to me. Pitiful, small, weak Joe. And this is when Red Rum, this is the first time you recognize her. She's...
Yeah, you seem quite different. I don't think I like this version.
She doesn't have cancer.
Jesus.
Maybe that's it.
And whatever,
Made you more sympathetic.
or may have been whatever mental torture Clark put on her.
Mental torture? Her eyebrow goes up.
That's what I gather. I'm not sure.
Like the monster in the basement?
They might be connected.
mental torture, psychic manipulation, drugs, hypnotherapy, surgeries upon surgery upon surgery, experimentation. What he did to me, I wouldn't do to a beast.
Iliad starts grabbing metal scraps and starts sharpening them all into rusty shivs. So we're all going to take turns just shanking Clark.
Shanking him now. I want him unceremoniously shot in the desert and left there. His body's only good for carrion.
Oh, well, there's someone here who could probably do that. Speaking of which, Red, where is your situation ship?
That's great.
Say again?
Cinder.
He's over there gloating about beating up Rhea. She points off to a distant spot where he's like still rubbing blood off of his various parts.
Yeah, so around this time, that's when Doc managed to like rouse Rhea.
Rhea sits up, takes stock of the situation, just says, "Is Cinder okay?"
Such a good line.
You fought very good.
Iliad will knows how to take control of Rhea's attention by just saying, "We know where Clark's at."
She hops up, stands at attention, almost falls over. You found the bastard?
He's in Gehenna.
He's already dead?
If he's not affected by the radiation there.
We will be if we don't get there fast enough, says Joan as she's looking across the group. This thing can
Joan.
move fast.
This is Joan. You may have known her as more sickly. The Beatles have since fixed her up.
Red blinks and looks at her. I've never met this woman in my life.
Yeah, Rhea wasn't at the party.
It's hard to keep track of who knows what.
Rhea went to his own. Rhea went to her own party.
Adventure, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's up, Kit?
Kit looks very angry. This whole time she's been uncomfortable, and there's almost like this defeatist look on her face. Like the mention of Gehenna kind of like makes her shoulders slump, and she's more or less looks like, you know, when you're in like a really bad spot and you're just over the situation.
So when she turns and she takes in Kit, it's like the first time Joan actually seeing her, and her entire demeanor changes. It softens, and she looks sad. Oh, Kit, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, how about you save that?
No, I know you knew a different woman.
Right. Can we get on with this? Actually, I would actually like to go home, and the faster we get this done, the faster I get to go home. So,
We have a slight detour to Gehenna, then we will take Ernesto to 86 as per our agreement with Connor.
So that tree is still there? Well, Gehenna.
the tree's just there.
Yeah,
shit.
it's just been because the beetles tried to water the ground around him, so he's just like, all right, I'll
Red's like,
stay.
oh yeah, trees don't actually move.
Not much.
What did I expect?
Yeah, it's a death sentence, right? I mean, we really shouldn't be going there anyway. For all I care, Clark can rot and radioactive sludge, and she's like kicking the dirt.
He does with something's close to like a well, maybe. There's some plantoids that live there. They are strange.
One of them is my brother. If you find him there.
They are immune to the radiation.
If it's not a weed plant, I'm leaving the campaign.
Why is it? It has to be a weed plant.
Bunch of pot plants up there just having a good chill time. Yeah, man, what's going on?
Gonna rename Demon's Parade to Pineapple Express.
You call it radiation, we call it rad.
Exactly. Yeah.
Joan, what does Clark have that would make him immune to the radiation of Gehenna that we don't?
An extra organ he put in himself to filter out radiation and project it as a ray.
Oh, of course he did.
He's mutated himself several times.
Brum speaks up. Gee, that sounds like the sort of thing these beetle people would do.
They don't like grafting. What
Oh,
Clark did is much more primitive. What these gentle people do is
blink, blink. Yes?
a little more different. They regrow from stem cells, reprogram them into a natural pattern of growth and recreation. They create lattices out of cartilage, bone, graft a new being on top of it. Oh, sorry, grow a new being, not graft one. What Clark did was take mutations from others, graft them onto his own person. It's butchery.
Lovely.
Brave finally
So-
connects two brain cells, and she's like, "Wait, they grow bodies here?"
Yes.
It's well, anyway, this seems like a lost cause. She starts rubbing her hands. I'll go get the crazy train loaded up, and we can just get on out of here. She starts pivoting on her heels, and and then she starts walking.
Brave's like, "Yeah, for once I'm with Kit. Yeah, fuck Clark. I don't need him. Well, he does still owe me money though." Uh,
He owes all of us here a lot, so we should repay him tenfold.
She stops on her shoulders some. I think that paying him a visit has already done more harm than it has, done any good for anyone. I mean, I guess if I didn't pay y'all a visit when I came home with Connor and Ruse, we wouldn't have even gotten in this situation to begin with. So, I don't know. I'm just over it. So maybe we should just let Clark be.
did they even make radiation suits in my size?
It's out of Day's head, son. It can't be that far. And they wounded him
On foot,
on foot.
we have the crazy train. We might be able to reach him before he gets too deep in Gehenna.
Radiation's only a few rads on the outskirts. We'd be able to survive for a few hours, unimmune effects, mild exposure. You can catch him.
Kit is like,
Why do you hold such hesitation, Kit?
oh, I don't know. Maybe because my childhood friend is in a vat of his own liquid, and nobody seems to care.
Oh, right. Yes, Kent is also here. He's being reconstructed.
He's what?
Oh, right, yeah. like you said,
I was
You
gonna
know,
save that for later, Kit.
you're a robot. So, like, you couldn't even understand anyway.
She like
was
looks at
good.
Iliad.
I was gonna save it for later, but yes.
She grits her
What?
teeth and stares at towards one of the exit ways. Clark matters more now.
We can deal with Kent's situation later. It's not your fault, Kit, if that's what you're worried about.
I know it's not my fault.
You can't control how much this guy drinks.
Where the fuck is Crazen?
Right, he was going.
He's gonna go talk to the guards.
Yeah, that was like an hour ago.
Yeah. So I guess he's been having a good time with the guards. The guards are like, yeah, I shot him twice. The other one's like, I shot him 3 times.
Gigi, I go find him. And she's Twix scampers off his
I was just gonna say, Crazen's already back, just like honking on the horn.
Yeah.
Everyone,
So
on-
Crazen's so bored. Let's go.
what Crazen did find out from the Beatles, though, is that they wounded Clark. He put up one hell of a fight. They also said that he had a lot of ghost mutations.
Oh, great.
Like he had been collecting them.
Crazen would have also asked if these wounds were bleeding.
Yes.
Okay, a trail. It's 48 hours cold, but a trail nonetheless.
Like, I don't know. It's like none of the Beatles themselves are like, he's dead. They're like, no, there's no way he survived. 2 days in the high desert, wounded, he's dead.
Kid
There's
has
no
He
way
didn't have an
dragon.
environment. He didn't. Yeah, he didn't have an environmental suit. No, he's dead.
Definitely dead. Yeah, Crazen would relay that information and say, even though he's most likely dead, perhaps we find confirmed. Perhaps Crazen gets a snack. Who knows? The day's pretty open right now.
Right, yeah.
But Crazen's operating objective here is Rhea, so unless she says not to go after, I'm assuming we're going after.
Kid sighs. I can track him if it's what y'all want.
Rhea just looks around everybody.
Yes.
I mean, if that's what you want, then I guess that's what we're gonna do.
Then let's do it. Kit, please. The sooner we put this to rest, sooner we can get you back to Connor.
So, when you do get back to the area and you see Joan for the first time, first off, no scent. That's like that. Yeah, she's completely scentless.
He draws on her.
No, not like that. There's got to be a couple things.
What?
There's got to be a couple things he notices right away. She has bilateral symmetry like a person. It's not perfect.
Okay.
So she's
Well,
not.
that's something.
Yeah, so she's not artificial. She's definitely like a living being. Because that's one of the things that a lot of the nanoborgs can't get right.
Right.
Is that whenever they do bilateral symmetry, it's always too perfect. And you see it right away. Like, what she has one of her ears is a little bit lower than the other one. The left side of her face is just a little bit tighter. And like, in one of her arms is slightly longer than the other.
Have
Like-
I had other individuals that had, a blank besides the nanoborg before this?
Typically, if it's a mutant, they're usually missing something.
Uh-huh.
Like some kind of flaw that makes it so they're not producing any kind of like pheromonal scent. So she just doesn't have any.
How frequent would you say?
It's rare. Like usually it'd have to be something that somebody was injected with to suppress it, or it had to have been surgically removed.
Like 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000?
Thousands. Definitely one of the thousands.
Okay.
More typical
Just
in
wanted to get a
animals.
sense for
Yeah.
how frequent I would have encountered this kind.
So the only thing you can think of in nature that does that are like small digitigrade animals, like juvenile deer.
Okay, so I didn't draw on her, but I did put my hand on my guns.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, my nostrils are flaring and my eyes are probably narrowing as I'm scrutinizing her.
Yeah.
What
She's
is this?
Illy
turns and,
clocks
like,
the
looks at
hands
you,
on the
yeah.
guns, and he steps in front of Joan. This is Joan.
Joan has no scent. Either did the nanoborg, although this must be an advanced model. They has organic bilateral lack of symmetry.
She snorts as she walks. So like, Iliad, get out of my way.
Kid's like, wait a minute, how can you smell her?
But Cinder never takes his mask off. Remember that. He always has that apparatus on.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what apparatus?
No one's
gas
ever
mask.
hardly ever seen his face. He's got this,
Yeah.
riot gear type thing with a, visor over his face.
And some kind of like voice coder and the filter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's like Darth Vader, okay?
Yeah.
Wait, but he's an android, right? Though, like he can smell pheromones.
Most people
naturally.
don't know that he's an android. Doc
Right, but-
knows. I know
Yeah.
Rum knows. Argo knows. I'm not sure who else in the party knows.
Nobody. I don't think anybody else in
Yeah.
the party knows. I was just saying, like,
I thought Roos would have.
Roos
Roos,
definitely knows, yeah. But Roos is not here, so.
Well, Roos knows he's a
He's a
zero,
blank.
which
Yeah.
thinks that it's likely he could be something other
Yeah,
than
like
an
it's in
android.
the cards, like they.
Yeah. Because there are
Yeah,
humans
it's
that
just
are
like with it's
like
just like with
blanks.
Joan here. Theoretically, she could be something other than a nanoborg or an android, but it's such a rare thing that Cinder's going to default to this being an advanced nanoborg.
Like again, she can't actually physically push Iliad. She's like, Iliad, get out of my way. She's like putting hands and trying to push him aside.
Cinder steps back so he has distance for his fast draw.
No.
No, let me.
Iliad will physically restrain her, and then he starts walking towards Cinder.
Let's whip out our cathodes and our dicks and measure them. He's like,
How
stops.
fast is
Iliad.
Iliad? Because I can go 12 meters.
Iliad stops mid-stride at her comment at that. Like, what is it, Joan?
I can explain. I don't have a scent because I don't have any scent glands. They were artificially removed.
Protection.
Exactly. Can't track, but you can't smell. Would a
Perhaps.
blood draw help?
No,
Doc's like, oh
actually. Nanoborgs can do blood.
Yes, but they can't keep it blood when it's separated from their body. And she, give me one of your knives then. She holds her hand out. Again, at distance from you.
Oh, sure, he'll throw a knife at her.
Hopefully, like, lands on the ground. She doesn't have the Cinder's reflexes.
Oh, then it'll probably go through her hand.
So-
She could have caught it.
She gets the knife. She cuts the back of her hand, holds up the blood, and flicks it on the ground, and then underhand tosses the knife back to Cinder. Nanoborgs can't maintain their matrix outside of their own body. I would turn back to Quicksilver. Satisfied?
Unless you're a very, very advanced model. Sure.
Iliad sighs and shoots his tendril into the blood and shocks it.
And it stays blood.
Okay.
Or a very,
All right,
very,
fine.
very advanced model. She says, with rolling her eyes. You're obviously
Hey.
careful, and I appreciate it. But we don't have time for this.
Unity's pulled some very bizarre shit. So,
Sure they have.
question that there's a threat.
The
Fine.
threat is
You may not
Clark
be
out
the
there.
threat. Yeah,
No,
we don't
no.
even know the degree that Clark is Unity. We just know they were in something together. We need to rip his brain apart and figure out what the fuck is going on, because nobody knows.
So why are we wasting time here threatening each other than going out there after him?
I didn't know who this was.
Joan,
You
we
have a
were
problem?
explaining it.
Yeah, you're so fucking smart, aren't you? I almost died. You almost died. Are you that blind?
Not blind, just not afraid to die.
Cinder turns in and starts stalking away and is looking for a blood trail.
All right. So with the guards out in the front, they like show you where the battle was. They had cleaned it away, but you could pick up pheromone traces, sweat. Like Clark still has those things. It's still present on the walls. Like it hasn't. They didn't clean it off.
Mhm.
Like there,
he'll
like he
start,
was wounded. You also get like the blood is like how much it sprayed away. That's arterial blood. He should have lasted only minutes.
Well, yeah.
So more evidence that there's tampering, yes.
Can't
Art-
assume, normal with Clark, I think.
Do nanoborgs even need blood?
No. Was that Rhea? She's getting up. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And Joan's like, not to my knowledge.
A moment of lucidity.
Yeah.
So Cinder's gonna start tracking.
Get to.
Is it actually blood, or is it just? Would you call it quicksilver?
Yeah, Quicks is usually like it's a metal matrix that you find from a lot of the nanoboards. If they're fully nanoboard, you'll find that. If they're like partial, you'd find biological components.
It's got no smell.
Yeah, this blood, it has a smell, has a pheromone trail. You could track it, and it heads north.
Ooh.
Tim,
Yeah.
besides my incredible, sense of smell, I also have as I put it in my character notes, super tongue.
Yeah, you can lick it.
I'm gonna get down there and I'm gonna actually touch the tip of my tongue to some of the blood.
You gotta remove your mask and taste it.
Carefully, yes, so people can't see my face.
Couple beetles over there, just ignoring you.
Just the lower mask.
A little take it off taste. Artificial blood.
Okay. Can't discern anything beside it being artificial.
Old.
Mhm.
Like, it's definitely not clean. It's used to pass oxygen to the rest of the body. Something that you would find in cyborgs or androids.
Okay.
If they were using biological components in their body, like nerve ends and systems, things like that, or like muscle fibers that were vat grown. It wasn't carrying oxygen very well, or iron, or nutrients. It was old. It wasn't recycled out.
I
if
passed all
he's
this on over the radio.
Yeah, so he's definitely, it's the kind of same system that happens when a person gets wounded. Their body depressurizes.
Mm-hmm.
They start losing pressure from their cardiovascular system. Wherever Clark is right now, he's definitely lost pressure. But whatever he is, it's not fully human.
Right.
He can't have real blood. He's using synthetic blood.
All right. Well, still gonna track it regardless.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! I got tracking 3. I didn't realize it was that high.
What was the other one I was gonna track? It was Rhea?
It's Kit.
Yeah, Kit's gonna go on track as well.
Yeah, she wanted to try something, but
Yeah. So Kit, what do you got to try?
Well, actually, she was gonna use Twix, with her perception.
Use Twix. I have this vision of her grabbing
Like a
the
point dog,
mouse
yeah.
and-
Come here, little mousey. Yeah.
It's a little bit of ratatouille. You just put her on your head.
Is there a defining stick?
What are we doing?
Crazen's, meanwhile, this whole time, Crazen's in
So-
the crazy train, just staring at all these people, just touching at old blood. Just
What are we
like,
looking at, Tim? Here, are we picking up a trail? Are we getting lost trail? What are we
Picking up a
looking
trail.
at? Okay, that's a type B perception for
Mhm.
my level 3. I don't know what Kit has for her tracking.
See.
Get it.
What is it based on perception?
Yeah.
Pure perception.
Okay.
but would she be using mouse perception since she's holding her like a bloodhound?
Am I able to do that?
The mouse can pick up the trail for you, yeah.
Can it be paired with tracking or no?
And again, you're doing it together, so I would add the two together and divide by 2.
Oh shit.
Hey, that's better than
Get an
what
average
by
between the
herself,
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 22 is.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, 22 over 64.
B. Yeah.
She got it too.
Yeah. So you're both able, again, this trail is moving north. It was the trail itself, when you pick it up just a few hundred yards away from Colossus, where there was less movement. It's just through the sand and along the rocky surfaces going up towards the Demon Parade. You do find more instances of blood, but it begins to reduce and reduce and reduce after you get about 200 yards away until it stops completely. But his walking was staggered. He was moving fast, so he's moving at about 10 meters a second. That's quick. He was sprinting. And that's not something too many humans can do.
10 meters a second. That's
Yeah.
like a move of
Very
30
fast.
For...
Yeah. And he was moving very, very quick. You can see it's in bounds. Like he would basically come down heavily and not cleanly. Each time he came down, you'd find rocks that were turned over, evidence of skidding and sliding, more blood. Then he would bound again.
Does it look like running, or does it look like he was
Jumping.
dragged? Like
Oh, wow.
jumping?
Yeah, like a jump.
Bro was Hulk jumping.
Yeah.
I know, he was moon jumping.
But that requires a lot of energy to do. He would not be able to keep that up for long with the amount of like artificial blood that you guys found. He lost a couple pints.
I just want to ask: are we taking our troop with us?
Yeah, because you don't know what you're gonna find out
The
there.
train is coming past after us and has the troop in the trailer.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Are they coming with? Are we taking all? Holy shit! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bugs and 5 ribbits.
6.
Who the
There's
Holy shit.
who the fuck are all these people?
Speaking of, I gotta go and make sure my new acquisitions don't coke out.
Yeah,
All right, they're all on board. Yeah, they're allowed to take refuge
So-
in the skiff.
The kid is like,
From Red will make sure that there's a meat package purchase so that the 10 beetles have some meat to tide them over. at
Yeah,
least.
that's right. We rolled literally. Bliss and I rolled carnivore for every single one.
What?
No, I rolled one herbivore.
one
and then
herbivore?
the mutation
No, that's right.
made it carnivorous. It was very funny. You know,
Yeah.
4 carnivores, 1 herbivore, and then the herbivore becomes a carnivore.
So a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
A lot of rabbits.
They're scarab beetles.
Mm-hmm. We'll strip down bodies.
Oh yeah, we'll eat them. They didn't say where the meat had to come from.
That's right.
Oh, I just imagine that one scene from Return of the Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, scarabs. Yeah.
Awesome.
So we will actually pick up next week for the hunt for Clark. The 9:40 will end it at, yeah. And we'll get that fight going on, so then I can bring in my foglings. That's the Mutant Epoch, the High Desert. You can get the Mutant Epoch over at rpgdrivetthru.com, mutantepoch.com. We have our link for the Discord in the description. I haven't gotten any confirmation about doing a drink and draw this month, though. I mean, we're running short on time, so it would have to be on like the 26th if we did. So I'll try to touch base with Will and see what his availability looks like. Yeah, again, please, if you want to get into the Mutant Epoch, you want to join the community, please jump over to the Discord. We are always looking for more game masters to run games, and we would love people to like play by post, Roll20, in-person areas. We're trying to get you as many assets as you need digitally that will help you kind of build those things. Everyone on the Discord is very, very helpful, especially about theory crafting back and forth. And we would love to see more people come around and kind of show us what they're building and what they're doing. And that's all for now. Yep.
Out.
Yeah, have a good night.
hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching.